Hello and welcome back. So in the last video I assigned two different materials to these objects, but for some reason I didn't save it, so I'm just going to really quickly fix that. So the first thing I want to do is click on this one, shift click, and then I'm going to hit Control J to join them all into the same object. So now I can select geometry on all three at the same time. I'm going to select each of the three barrels, and then each of these pieces, and then each of these. Control L, and I'm just going to create two materials. I'll assign mat 2 to everything selected, and then I'm going to invert my selection and assign material 1 to everything else. Assign. Alright, so now if we go back into texture paint mode, there's still nothing mapped to these because we don't have textures assigned to the materials. So I'll go into Cycles Render, change this to a UV image editor, and this to a node editor. Use nodes, and then I'm going to Shift A, create an image texture on material 1, and we'll create new image Gauss turret diffuse. Alright. And apply that here. And then new image Gauss turret diffuse 2. And apply that to the second material. And then after we select the second material, we also have to click on Use Nodes. Shift A, Image Texture, Diffuse 2. Oh, and I also forgot to unwrap these. So I'm just going to hit A to select everything, unwrap, Smart UV Project, island of 0.05. Okay. And this would be a lot more efficient. Like we definitely should have done each of these separately, because now we have a lot of extra geometry in this image, and so basically every face is getting less texture space than it should. So I'm doing it the wrong way now, but it's faster. Alright, so now that those are unwrapped, go back into texture paint and you can see it's getting the black image. So for diffuse 1, let's go into fill and brighten that up. We also have to make sure we're in paint mode in the UV editor. Diffuse 2. That's not bad. Alright, so the real thing I wanted to show you in this video is something called projection mapping. So that's what we're going to do now. Let's say I want to put words right here. I could just paint that directly on, like that, but it's not going to look good because it's impossible to paint text by hand. As far as I know, Blender doesn't have any built-in text creation tools, so we're going to open this in an external image editor. To do that, first download Krita if you don't have it. Krita is basically a free lightweight version of Photoshop. And then go to User Preferences, File, and change your external image editor to Krita. And then while you're in texture paint mode, you can click on External and Quick Edit. And I'm going to set this to 1024 by 1024. Quick Edit. And you can see it just basically took a screenshot of our model and opened it up here. And I'm just going to change this to say UNSC. And I want the text to be black. Why is that not working? View. Well, I guess we're stuck with yellow text for now. Then I'm going to click on this and move it like that. Scale it down. And now if I save this and then go back to Blender, we can click on apply and it just puts it over that. But you'll notice that it made our texture darker. And that's because it's taking this whole image and painting it over on Blender. So all we have to do to fix that is delete the first layer and only save the part that we want to add to the image. So now if we apply again, we just get the text. And that doesn't look good. I really don't like the way it mapped on. I don't like how I couldn't change the color of the text. I'm just using this wrong. But anyway, I really love that projection mapping feature. It's great for text or complicated patterns, or you could also use it to like paint a vent onto the side of this or something. Or if you had a character, you could paint like blood or patterns from different images online. So it's definitely useful to know about. The more tools you have in your tool belt, the better off you'll be. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.